Hello students, welcome to Scholars Universal School online class. The subject is Literature in English. Lesson 2, Introduction to Drama. Features of Drama, Part 1. In this part, we have series of features of drama which we have divided into two parts. So the part 1 is what we are going to be treating in lesson 2. So pay rapt attention as we continue to the lesson. Now, features of drama are 1. Characters or figures, characterization, action, dialogue, monologue, plot, conflict, playwright, protagonist, antagonist, denouement or point of resolution, catharsis, tragic flaw, tragic hero, aside, dramatic irony, suspense, flashback, prologue, epilogue, climax, peripetia, foreshadowing. To start with, in this part, characters or figures. These are the persons through whom the playwright communicates to us. Reader or audience is ideas. The personality and image of a character is assessed through what he says and does and what other characters say about him. You would remember vividly that in lesson 1, where we treated the definition and the types of drama, you were taught that characters are essential factors or essential elements of drama. That is to say that without characters, it is impossible to have a drama enacted. It is impossible to have a drama enacted. Now, characters are significant to enacting a drama. That is, actions are performed by characters, and characters are built or created by writers or playwrights to portray certain qualities or ideas. To portray certain qualities or ideas. Now, character is a combination of the different qualities which a person has. Is he kind? Is he wicked? Is he or she treacherous? Now, these are some of the questions that the qualities or attributes of a character suggests or makes a reader or an audience ask or ponder on. Generally, there are major and minor characters. These major characters, or other referred to as main characters, are characters that the storyline revolves around, are characters that the storyline revolves around. For example, in She Stoops to Conquer by Oliver Goldsmith, George Hastings, Tony Lumpkin, Mr. Atcastu, Mrs. Atcastu, Miss Kate Atcastu, and Miss Constance Neville are major characters, while Sir Charles Marlowe is a minor character. For those of you who must have read the text, She Stooped to Conquer, you would agree with me that such as Marlowe happens to be invisible not until towards the end of the text, as we were rightly informed or made to understand that Sir Charles Marlowe exists through other characters. We only hear him pass messages or pass orders or give instructions through other characters, but not his physical self coming to what? Coming to act, except not until the play runs towards the ending part. Now, major characters undergo developmental changes or transformation as the plot of the play unfolds, while minor ones are generally static. In the case of Sir Charles Marlowe, we only know Sir Charles Marlowe to be the father of young Charles Marlowe and nothing more. No past, no previous ideals were shown or related about him. Nothing much was spoken or written about him. So we are only told he's a friend of Mr. Adcastu, and he has given his son's hand in marriage to Miss Kate Adcastu. While other characters were rightly mentioned, pass through this stage of change. Now, characterization. It is very important that a character is bestowed with certain qualities, either positive or negative. Now, this adornment by a playwright is to show the dynamic nature of human, through characters. So we have characterization as the process of creating characters and adorning them with certain positive attributes or vices. This can be physical or attitudinal. It is these qualities that position the personalities of the characters. If a character is a major character, it must play a dynamic role. So we already know what a major character is, and a major character could as well be called a main character. And as I had said earlier, that a major character or a minor character flows with the plot as it progresses by changing accordingly as it's expected of him or her. Any changes a character undergoes must be logical for the sort of person the writer has drawn. That is, a character must flow, like I had said, with the plot. Must flow with the plot, such that we do not expect one who do not possess certain qualities or attributes to act in place of such, or to act or to exhibit such attribute, whereas it was never, or it was not adorned, or probably was not portrayed to have such quality. There must be depth of characterization, because when only one or two traits are emphasized, we have a caricature rather than a character. In this context, characters must be an embodiment of qualities that defines them and gives them and shows the world that, oh, this could be anybody. This could be what? This could be anybody. This could be anybody. And in a case where such is downplayed, then we begin to have a caricature which is known as a mockery. As a mockery, a figure mockery of an individual. That is, you have limited him or her to be something, just one thing, unchanging. When you say somebody is too good, definitely it has turned to a caricature. Somebody is too good. If somebody is too bad, that's a caricature. You're trying to mock such character, or probably trying to exhibit that such character is what is quite ironical. Now, whatever character a writer is drawing, it must be convincing enough, and there should be a natural development of the character. That is, if a rich character who is of affluence, encounters a situation or faces a situation where he has to come out as a pauper, then it has to fall in line. Such action has to fall in line. You must not have a character who is not ready to change with the plot as it flows. Now the next, which is very vital to drama, is dialogue. Dialogue is one of the elements that writers or characters indulge in enacting a play or drama, in enacting a play. And this is the communication or exchange of ideas and opinions by two or more characters. So such exchange of ideas or interaction is called dialogue, and it is usually verbal. Monologue, unlike dialogue which involves two or more characters, monologue is such speech that is given by a character or by one character, such that he is talking to himself, as such that there are other characters present. Meanwhile, there are no characters present, so such character tends to act in position of the absent characters. That is, he says, "Oh, Ade, how are you?" If you want to reply, Tunde, I am fine. Such character is indulging in what is known as monologue. Just from the name, as it implies, mono simply means one. So now, it's a long speech by one actor. It is when a character speaks all by himself, and some of his words are actually addressed to some absent fellow characters. Such a scene is actually a mini drama, because the actor will be enacting the presence and even participation of other people, that is, other absent characters. Now, plot. Now, plot is basically the arrangement of ideas or events that make up a play or a drama. Now, this is the sequential arrangement of events in a creative work. Playwrights often focus on the development of the plot from the beginning through the middle to the end. That is, the plot structure basically favors a chronological order, which is a beginning, middle, and straight to the end. However, there are other plot structures as linear. We have two. We have chronological order, that is, it follows in line with what we have here: beginning, the middle, and the end, and the non-linear order or non-linear plot, which does not conform with what we have on the screen. Now, plots have high points which build up to a climax and end with a conclusion. That is, as plots continues, or probably as the plot progresses, basically we have the first part of the plot as exposition, the first part where we are being introduced to the characters, and then subsequently we are having conflicts, a disagreement of opinion between two characters or more. Then we have a rising action. We are having rising action, which is climax. Then we are having anticlimax, that is coming down to finding a lasting solution, and eventually there is what is known as resolution or denouement. So that is the plot structure usually. Now, action. This is an important feature of drama because drama is all about doing. Yes, drama is all about acting, and for you to act, there must be characters. What stimulates action in a play is conflict. Yes, what stimulates action in play is conflict. Now, conflict refers to a disagreement between two people or two groups. Excuse me. When two persons hold two different opinions, it leads to a disagreement. As the characters try to argue their point, drama is created. Yes, drama is created. Without conflict, there may not be credible dramatic actions. Yes. So, but then, who are to disagree? Characters. Who are to disagree? Characters. So, characters, action, conflict, and other elements of drama are significant to actualizing a drama or a good drama. Now, dramatis personae. Now, this is the sum total of all the participants in the drama, all the members involved in performing a play on stage. Every play tries to do this on its preliminary pages. Now, the sum total of participants in a drama are referred to as dramatis personae. So that is just to say persons who have acted or who have dramatized in the drama. So that's the simple definition or the list of persons that have acted in the play. Now, cast. Now, this is a list of selected participants for performance with specific roles to play. It is a complete list of all actors scheduled to appear in the performance of a play. Now, like we have dramatic personnel. Now this is the this is the list of characters that actually acted, right? Why here we are having the list of what, of participants who are not actually of all the participants of relevant and irrelevant characters, who basically do not have any role in the text. For example, let's just say they say Yalakara that passes by during during a riot. Is also she is also a cast. So, but in the dramatic personnel, such a Yalakara is not going to appear there. Now, who is a playwright? A playwright is a person who writes a piece of drama or play. So when you are asked who a playwright is a person that writes a piece of drama or play. Good. Now, conflict. This term refers to the bone of contention, the point of difference, and so the basis of action between and among characters in the play. Rivalry and struggle for assertion of influence or relevance. So, when this sets in the drama, when rivalry, struggle, beef, disagreement sets in the play between two or more characters, then we are having conflict. Then we are progressing to what? To such conflict escalating. Then we have what? We are having climax. Now, who is a protagonist? A protagonist is also called hero or heroine of a play. When we say hero, a male protagonist. When we say heroine, we mean a female protagonist. The protagonist is the character that plays the most prominent role in a play. Aside the fact that a protagonist is a major character, he is the focal character or the focal point of the story. The story centers on or focuses on the protagonist. It is around him or her that the playwright builds the essential conflict of his drama. So that is the significant purpose of a protagonist. Now, who is an antagonist? Just like the name implies, anti is the opposite of protagonist. He or she opposes or go against the protagonist either when the protagonist is right or wrong. So such character is an arch rival, that arch rival of the protagonist in the course of the drama or the plot outline. Now, the norma or resolution or point of resolution. Now, being the last phase of the plot structure, this comes to bear when the climax of the play or drama has been resolved or as a solution has been proffered to improve the condition of either the protagonist or to resolve the conflict or disagreement between the protagonist and the antagonist. Now, this is the resolution of the dramatic conflict immediately after the climax in the play. It's also known as the unknotting of events. It is that moment when the contending issue dissolves into comedy or tragedy, as the case may be, to have an appropriate end. So, at the normal, a resolution could be comedy or comic or tragic, such that it could end happily or it could end on a sad note. Now, catharsis. Catharsis is one of the features of tragedy, and such we have tragedy as a drama or a dramatic play. So we are having catharsis as one of the features of drama. And what is catharsis? It is the purgation of emotion of the by the character or audience in the play. It is such level when a character feels sympathy or sympathizes with a character. Now, catharsis is the emotional cleansing of the audience and all characters in the play. It is an extreme change in emotion resulting from strong feelings of sorrow, fear, pity, or laughter. The resulting effect has been described as a purification or a purging of emotions, whether those of the characters in the play or of the audience. Now, it is such moment that a character or an audience feels some level of pity, fear, sorrow towards what has befallen a character in the drama, or feel some sense of relief or mockery by what has happened to a character in a drama. Now, tragic flaw. Tragic flaw is also known as amateur. Tragic flaw is also known as amateur. Take note. It is a term that simply refers to a character's flaw or error. The Greek dramaturgy, amateur, is a tragic flaw of the protagonist in a given tragedy. It is referred to as accident and mistake, as well as wrongdoing, error, or sin. So tragic flaw is seen as the traits or attributes that necessitate the downfall of a tragic hero in a tragedy. So anytime you come across tragic flaw, we're talking about the mistakes or the errors committed either by accident or willfully by a tragic hero in a play. Now, who is a tragic hero? A tragic hero is the character who is faced with misfortune or unpleasant incident in a tragedy. Usually, he or she is the central character or the major character, and also could be called the protagonist oftentimes. But then in the tragedy we refer to such character as a tragic hero, such character that is bedeviled by misfortunes or unpleasant incidents. He or she is often of noble birth or background. Such character may lose his or her life or fortune due to his errors or mistakes. So such characters may lose his or her life or fortune due to his errors or mistakes. So, like I rightly said, tragic flaw, this states the downfall of a tragic hero. Now, dramatic irony is one of the three ironies that we have, and it thus explains the inability of a character or some characters in a text or in a drama text or in a drama to have knowledge of what is to befall them in time to come. It is the inability of some characters or a character of having inability of some characters or characters to have knowledge of what is to befall them or to bedevil them in time to come. So meanwhile, such occurrence is made available or is already known by the audience or by the reader. Imagine reading a text and seeing that a character who is about to step out of his house, and you already as a reader or as the audience knows that there are some persons who are laying besiege, or probably who are waiting for him to come out so that they could actually harm him or kidnap him, but unknown to him. But you as an audience or as a reader already has such knowledge. Now, it means that the reader or watcher, listener, knows something that one or more of the characters in a piece of drama are not aware of. Simple. It's the device of giving the spectator an item of information that at least one of the characters in the drama is unaware of, at least consciously, thus placing the spectator a step ahead of at least one of the characters. Suspense. Suspense is this urge you feel towards knowing what actually happens next in a drama. The urge you feel towards to know what happens to the character, after a particular break, or after a particular interlude in the drama. So it is a state of anxiety and expectation in the reader or audience of a play or novel as to how events is likely to unfold. So you are eager to know what happens. It raises the reader's interest and keeps him or her guessing as to what will happen next. I'm very sure you experience this often when you see home videos or movies generally, or read text. The use of suspense in drama is as old as drama itself. How will the conflict end? That is always the question. How will it end? You watch a movie or you see a movie basically because you have not seen it before, or you do not know what will happen or what happened in the text or in the movie. So you are eager to know, you are eager to learn what happens. Suspense keeps the reader interested and is usually achieved by withholding the resolution until the end of the play. So it is very tactical, so that the such thing that you anticipate is what is held till the end of the movie. So it is very tactical. So it's to make you crave and long, forward for the end. Now we have come to the end of part 1 of our topic, Introduction to Drama, Features of Drama Part 1. And for this lesson, we have assignment, and we have the instruction as this: explanation must be brief and detailed. Explanation must be brief and detailed. So make sure your explanation on the above questions is very much brief. Write short note on the following dramatic devices: suspense, dramatic irony, conflict, characterization, and protagonist. So you are free to make use of Google to expand your knowledge beyond what's been taught on this slide. So I expect you to use the internet and get very brilliant answers out from there. Thank you very much. Thank you for paying rapt attention. Please do follow us on Twitter at scholars_author. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Scholars Universal School. May as well visit our website, www.scholarsuniversalschool.com. For inquiries, call the numbers on the screen. Thank you very much. See you in the next class.